Average Guy here. We are looking at two different bikes today because we have a couple of average gals that ride with us pretty often, and they have outgrown the CRF 125. And so we're trying to figure out what is the next step up that would be a good bike for them. So if you are in the range of 5 feet tall to around 5'4", this is the video for you to figure out what is the next step up for a bike. Now there's several things that we considered, but most of all, we were considering the seat height because we do have one rider who's around 5'6" and the other rider who is around 5 feet tall. And so what we wanted to know is how can we find the very best bike, meaning the right seat height, the right top speed, and also decent suspension that would allow us to do all the types of trail riding we do. Sometimes we do long rides. Sometimes it takes us a little bit of riding to get out to the trail that we want to do. And then we also want good suspension. So we need that top end plus good suspension. You can see for some of these races, we added the Talaria Sting R just for kicks to see how fast it was off the line. You can see it's far faster than the other two. However, that KLX does outshine the CRF 125. We did compare several bikes in a spreadsheet here, and you can see that we sorted the column by seat height because that was our primary consideration. And then we also wanted to look at the weight, suspension, speed, fuel injected or not. It was a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke, and then miles per gallon because we do take long rides, and the long rides are important to figure out if we can make it from one stop to the next stop for fuel. So you can see some of those bikes that are actually marketed as a good mid-level bike are quite heavy. And so that was a consideration for us that we did not want to have a heavy bike. And so that eliminated several bikes for us like the 230s. Here we are comparing the Honda CRF 125 and the KLX 140. Seat height's just a little bit taller. Weight's pretty close, not too much higher. But again, that top speed was also a pretty big factor. And the KLX does have one additional gear, which does allow it to get up in that 50 mile an hour range, which is important for us when we are going on our trail rides. Everything in a spreadsheet looks great, but we decided to go ahead and get out the tape measure and compare the seat heights between the three different bikes, the Talaria, the CRF 125, and the KLX 140. And then we also had one of the average gals sit on them. It was the same average gal on all three, made sure that the seat heights were, so we could understand what the seat height was with the same sag associated with someone sitting on it. You can see the Talaria came in the tallest at about 31.5 with sag on it, 29 for the CRF 125, and then 30 inches roughly for the KLX. Finally, we took it out and did a trail test. We had the CRF 125, the KLX 140, and we also had a Husky TE 150. Overall, the KLX 140 is a step up from the CRF 125, both in terms of top end and trail performance. Overall, it's a great bike if you're around that 5 foot to 5'4" height. Now, if you are a little bit taller, then you might want to consider getting into a little bit larger bike and modifying the suspension so it fits you.